Stoplight Spoilers is coming to you, bringing you spoilers and movie reviews, with Jake and Isaiah as your hosts as they're driving home.
Hello, cinephiles. This week on Stoplight Spoilers, we watched Baby Driver. It scored a whopping 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. Tune in to find out why we agree. You can also follow us on Instagram at StoplightSpoilers or Facebook at facebook.com/StoplightSpoilers. And don't forget to rate us on iTunes. Every little bit helps. Here's the show.
Hesitation. Or there's another word that I want to think of. Anyway. Because she really likes me to drive. But your wife actually likes to drive, it seems.
I don't get that same...
I just don't think Teresa likes to drive, period. Even when she drives to work, she's not happy about driving to work by herself. Your wife always drives Teresa?
I have to get in the car in the passenger seat. I have to rush out of the house and sit in the passenger seat to have any hope. And even then, I end up driving half the time.
So, question on that. If you say, Victoria, I really just don't want to drive right now, can you drive?
Maybe. She might.
I was just wondering. Because that's the way I have to do it with Teresa.
So, funny road trip story.
Yep.
Is my mom on the way back, she's like, you want me to drive for a little bit? I was like, sure, that'd be great. We only have 35 hours of driving scheduled.
Right.
20 minutes later, she's dozing off.
Driving?
Yeah. I didn't ask her to drive at night. It's middle of the day bright. And I just see her from line to line, just not, she hasn't left her lane, but she just isn't maintaining her lane very well. And I was like, you can pull over at the next one. I can drive.
20 minutes of relief is all you got?
Yeah, the whole trip. That is all she drove was 20 minutes.
In case you wanted to edit it out, I didn't want you to be in the middle of something.
I'm becoming less editing because it takes me way too long.
All right.
So if it's a clear and there's nobody else talking around it, I'll take it. But if it involves me having to just really get creative.
For some reason, since I came in this way, it's the way I want to go out, which is rare for me because usually I'm all about going different ways. But anyway, so...
Hi, Jacob.
Hi, Isaiah. Interesting thing that we decided not to go to Cinemark this week. Because
it was a very pleasant experience.
It was. I was a little bit, in a very, very light manner, kind of annoyed with Cinemark. And I mean, very light manner. It was just kind of oh, okay, no big. I just won't bother going.
Hashtag greedy Cinemark.
Hashtag keep Tuesdays real. Can you say that? Hashtag keep Tuesdays real?
I mean...
Nobody will know what the heck I'm talking about, but... Anyway.
I'm going to splice all of our hashtags together at the end of every episode.
Hashtag I just hashtag.
Hashtag
Jimmy Fallon.
Sponsor us.
Hashtag sponsor us. I like
That's
that
my
one.
favorite one.
Anyway, so we decided to depart and go to Warren on the following day. And I have to say, it was...
it worked out anyway, because we were probably both kind of busy with 4th of July stuff.
Yeah, it did.
Tuesday night would have been tough to get anybody out. Anyway.
It did open up my night to, have freedom and hang out with the fam and look at fireworks, because I like booms. They're fun.
Yeah.
But that said, it was also a good experience. I haven't been here since The Force Awakens. That's the last time I was at Warren. So that's been
I feel like that's what I watched too. Was that
It's
before?
for Matt's.
I watched
Matt's
Deadpool as well, but was that before?
I definitely didn't watch Deadpool here.
I watched it with Victoria.
But yeah, it's quite a pleasant experience. The chairs, it leaves something to be desired, but the screen and the audio.
I've yet to sit in one of the recliners.
Yeah, I've only went to that theater.
But I like it so much. The screen's so pretty and the audio is wonderful.
Their screen is really crisp. It's a little too curved for our angle.
Yeah.
Because our perspective is really angled down because they have a balcony. But aside from that,
I think it would be better if you were sitting closer.
Yeah, actually, when I sat in Jordan's chair, it did feel a little bit more comfortable.
Because it's kind of...
Yeah, so we were at N, I would say move up a little bit. Anyway, So, on to topic. I was about to go that way, so I shouldn't. The movie we watched tonight, as you probably have already read in the title, considering it's, titled, is Baby Driver.
Which the name doesn't entice me to watch the movie.
It doesn't. I almost wish it was just called Baby instead of Baby Driver.
Good. That would be good.
Because I get the fact that he's a driver, and so you would put that in there, but it just kind of sounds more simplified. Just calling it Baby.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Anyway, so we'll call it Baby for the rest of the time.
There's another movie. They should rename it like they did with that rinse, wash, repeat movie. Live, Die, Repeat.
Live, Die, Repeat.
It was something else before, or vice versa.
Was it?
Yeah, when it was released in theaters, it was something different.
Oh, okay, so I didn't know that for sure. But is that the under title for it? Because it's Live, Die, Repeat, and then Tomorrow Never Dies. Is that the same thing? Like, it's the same movie?
Yeah.
So it used to just be called Tomorrow Never Dies, and then it got...
I'm almost 100% sure of that.
Interesting.
I have to, 98.
You'd have to look it up to be for sure.
Because I think it was released in the theater as that, and it just was so... it wasn't accepted very well.
Interesting.
But...
I mean, it is Tom Cruise.
I'm going to look it up for next week's podcast to see what movies were renamed.
However, I will say that in Tom Cruise's world of acting, that is one that I did kind of enjoy.
I haven't seen it yet.
Live, Die, Repeat?
I have not seen it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's on my Voodoo, so anytime you're feeling froggy. Anyway.
Froggy. I'll hop right on that.
Hop right on it.
Sorry, this is the longest intro to a podcast ever. I got into a new show that I've been addicted to, so I don't know when I'll watch your movie, Live, Die, Repeat. Have you seen any of it, Quantico, on Netflix?
Quantico. I feel like I've seen the title.
It's pretty good.
All right.
It's pretty good.
No, I'm still stuck on my fourth rewatch of, not fourth rewatch, third rewatch, technically. It's fourth time through White Collar.
Yeah.
I just can't get me enough of Neil Caffrey, man. It's just super fun. I know, which is crazy, and it's just totally bogus to you to think that this is my fourth time through a series, but...
Well, I've watched The Office at least 5 or 6 times.
Wow, that's impressive. I've never watched anything that many times.
It's because it's comedy, and I can rewatch that.
Well, that's kind of the way I go with White Collar, because it's not necessarily comedic necessarily as a comedy, but there are moments where I laugh out loud.
Agree.
And I love Mozzie. Like, come on. Mozzie is just fantastic. We just watched the episode where you find out Mr. Jeffries at the
Spoiler alert if you haven't watched this movie or this show.
Well, it's in season 3, so you got some ways to go.
Listen, if you're listening to the podcast called StoplightSpoilers, just be forewarned. There could be spoilers about anything we talk about.
Hashtag old spoiler alert. Anyway, so the part where he, goes back and saves Mr. Jeffries, and then you find out that he got the nickname Mozzie from the bear Mozart. To me, that was just such a sweet little touch. Yeah. Made me super happy. But anyway, back to topic. Baby Driver.
Baby Driver.
Which should be just called Baby. Starting off, I'll just go ahead and say that I absolutely give it a green light.
For sure.
I think it was super fun, super entertaining. And yes, there's some things that I didn't love, but for the most part, the movie, I was in love with it. And I absolutely see how it's done so well, especially with things like Rotten Tomatoes. Because right now, the audience and Rotten Tomatoes are almost in sync with the rating, which is
high 90s or something?
Yeah, 97 is what it was on Rotten Tomatoes last week. And the audience score, I think, was right around 95.
I think more filmmakers should pay attention to this, because this wasn't a big production.
No, it wasn't.
This was not, but it was it's very excellent, I think. I think that I was entertained the entire time.
Right, as was I. I have to give them their props, too, because they're all-star cast with the main actor, Baby. He's been in quite a few other films. He's still young. He's only been in 16 various things. It's not that many.
Yeah.
Compared to Kevin Spacey and Jamie Foxx.
Right.
Big people. Those are really big people. But what they brought to the screen wasn't necessarily, say for example, if Tom Cruise was in the movie. Like, to me, he just always takes on that front role, and he has to be the center.
Agree.
I really enjoyed seeing, because Kevin Spacey, he's a superb actor. He really knows how to deliver a line and get into a character. And to me, in this one, he delivered perfectly.
I couldn't agree more.
Also, Jamie Foxx, although he was a dick,
He was definitely.
he actually still was really cool.
Yeah.
Like, it was really, really good. And then Mr. Wall Street, I don't know who he is. I don't know how his girlfriend, wife was either. But his character was so lovable. And, yeah, spoiler alert, he wigged out. It gets a little crazy. But at the same time, I still really enjoyed his character. It was just, they found that button to push that broke him.
Right.
And I can see that being a legit thing. You know what I mean?
Agree.
And then so up until that point, there was no funniness about the guy, and I really, really liked it. And then homegirl, Deborah, she was the girl that played Cinderella in the Disney, when they did real live actors. She played the role of Cinderella. Super fun seeing her in a completely different area.
I haven't seen it yet.
Super side note here, if you didn't know, I'm originally from Georgia, and it was just talking, and it was all the dialogue. I was like, man, this just feels just like I'm at home, the way they're talking. And it was just like, a few minutes into the movie, I was like, dude, I think they're in Atlanta. And then it was like, dude, they're definitely in Atlanta. It was super fun for me knowing a lot of the places.
Films.
There's a lot of films that are filmed there. There's not a lot of films that say, hey, we're in Atlanta.
They do film a lot there, though.
They do, yeah. Georgia filmmaking is pretty high. It's obviously not quite as big as California, but you've got Georgia and California and New York are your three major ones in America. But I really enjoyed this one because The Accountant was also filmed in Georgia. Walking Dead was filmed in Georgia. Like, there's
at least parts of it.
I think parts of it,
the whole thing, but.
So, I mean, there's just super fun stuff. And, anyway, so the characters, I felt every one of them had enough. Even the Asian dude, he was entertaining, as short-lived as he was. It was just, I really enjoyed all of them, their characters. Oh, and I loved his foster dad. How fun of a touch was that, of playing even further into he had a disability.
Talking,
He had a disability with his ears. You know what I mean? And then have his father, or his adopted father, be deaf.
Right.
I thought that was really nice.
I think that...
plug for ASL there.
Yes, I did enjoy that. And their relationship was really cute as well.
It was. Because he loved him, even though he realized what he was doing.
Right.
And he didn't judge him. He just, hey man, come on, you're better than this. And it was good. It was nice.
This movie, if there's more people singing, would fall into the category of a musical.
It would.
Has to be one of the longest soundtracks ever, but I loved every aspect of it because
I did too.
It meshed so well.
It was. And I have to say, up until the point, the entire film, until the post office scene.
Yeah.
From that point, but from the very beginning to that scene, I was in love with the movie. I mean, 100% in love. It had done nothing wrong. I felt that every single bit of it was so solid. Meaning, what you're talking about, especially with the music and the different stuff, super light, super fun. It was just...
Before we get into that, because
really,
I think you have a rant probably to go along with that.
No, I don't really have a rant.
Okay, but so the music I think meshed really well, and then they also the videography, they did such a fun job just following actors, and the way everything just flowed, really interesting to me.
It was really good.
I think the film did really well. One of the best this year for sure.
Yeah, it definitely was one of the most entertaining. And no, it's not really even a major rant. It's not even that bad of a thing. It was just that it was so good up until that point that when crap hit the fan, I guess it just spread in a way I didn't like.
emotionally, I was like, this sucks. Like, he's not going to get out of this well. Like,
it was crazy intense, and it just...
I saw it when the rebar was, like, hanging off the edge of the flag. I was like, he's going to kill that guy with it.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to happen.
Yeah, this is going to happen. That was a very entertaining death, but then it was also, like, compared to everything else in the movie, it was so over the top.
Yeah.
So it was at that point where it kind of turned the table for me. And, like, I wasn't just madly in love, blindly in love. It just kind of, it wasn't that I hated it in any way.
Yeah.
Because I still walk away from this movie at like a 9.5.
I
at
agree.
least. Because, like...
95% sounds good.
I just feel like I'm right on par with what society has said. I almost would give it a perfect 10. It's just... It's really...
I don't know what I'd
tough.
give a perfect 10. Like,
yeah, I don't know what I did.
Everything could improve somewhat, right?
But it was because of, like, it just got so... Wow. Holy crap. But again...
The one thing I didn't
the
like
same argument I had about the other guy, Baby reached his breaking point. And I love the moment when they showed how much balls the kid has, is when he grabbed Jamie Foxx's gun in the diner. Because that was the first real moment.
Oh, yeah.
You realize this kid isn't going to mess around when it comes to what he cares. And he grabbed the gun, had his finger blocking the trigger where it could not be pulled. I was like, okay, that was smooth.
That was a good touch.
All right, so go ahead.
I forgot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Where was I?
I don't know
where I was going.
No, I don't know. I'm sorry. I just had to get to finish that. So...
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. It's funny.
I really liked the aspect, too, where they played into the ringing of his condition of his ringing ears. Like, they'd throw that in there just to add to the scene. And completely mute all other actors in the scene. You just hear music and see him just kind of faintly talking in the background.
Yeah, so let's just kind of give a quick synopsis of what the movie is about. You have a kid. He got in bad with somebody that's bad news bears. Dude finds out he can drive. Makes him work for him for little to nothing until he pays off his debt. Well, then he's so good, he won't let him really finish after his debt's paid off. He just wants to bring him in as essentially a partner, would you say? Essentially.
Yeah.
But he's forcing him to be a partner.
Right.
It's not.
There's not an option.
It's basically he's raping him, essentially. He's a forced partner. So that's basically the premise of the movie. And then there's just a lot of stuff here and there. You know, that basically adds to the excitement. So at its core, there's really not a lot there. Because I was thinking about it in the movie. Now, I understand, I'm not taking it away. I already told you that I give it like a 9.5. Easy. But at its core, there's not a whole lot to the backbone. He's just a kid that got in bad with the wrong person and then had to figure out a way out.
Yeah.
Essentially is, in a nutshell, what
But they
it is.
delivered on it.
They delivered. They was able to beef it up.
That's good. They didn't overcomplicate it.
They didn't.
Like, because I think that some movies, they just try to put so much into it.
Yeah.
And you end up with a lot of okay ideas instead of one solid story.
Yeah. Oh, I'm okay with the story. It was very entertaining on the fact that I know I had a direction. I'm tired. It's 12:30. I'm really tired. Anyway.
I think
Moving
that
on.
I also enjoy that this movie can market, and I think that's why it did well as well, because it markets to not just action, because it's not just an action film. There's the romance side of it,
romance.
and the drama,
slightly musical.
Yeah, there's a ton of music in it. Just huge variety of music too, depending on
the situation.
the situation. It was just a fun way to tie it in, because his personal playlist.
And since we're talking about music and how critical, obviously, this music was a therapy, if you will, for Baby, because of his injury and his psychological issues with his parents. So as his therapy, he has the music. I really loved his adopted father. I can't remember his name. Was it Joe or something? I can't even remember if they even told me his name.
Joe sounds good.
Anyway, so his adopted father, his foster dad, I liked how the one scene is super cute that Baby is singing about the girl he met at diner, Deborah. And I like how he was like, what are you so happy about? Puts his hand down on the speaker since he's deaf, fills out the song, knows the song, and was like, oh, I like her. Because if you're this excited and you're playing this song and this is, what's happening, I like her. Yeah. He didn't have to be told. He let the song tell him the story. And to me, I just thought that was super cool. Because I love music. I'm not like him. I don't understand and I don't tie in necessarily all these various artists over all the decades and stuff that way. But I do enjoy music. It's just super fun to me. And to see how they tied... I mean, the dude didn't even have to tell him the story. He goes, oh, I like her.
I like how they brought that back, too, at the end, because Baby was deaf, essentially. Mostly deaf.
Yeah.
Couldn't hear much.
Yeah.
And he used the speaker.
He did use the speaker. I think it obviously, I think it exasperated it. Like, just amplified his issue.
Yeah.
Because he could hear. I get that he can hear.
He heard
to an
something.
Extent.
It just
Correct.
wasn't.
It wasn't
even worse.
Yeah. And he wasn't fully deaf. Let's just say that. And so I don't know how much of it in the ears was literally just the beat, like he could feel it, or how much he heard. But anyway, either way, I was very entertained with the way that they played that element, because I kind of got the sense that it was going to be, kind of like another accountant, essentially, because the accountant was very pro autism. Not pro autism, but pro autism awareness.
Yeah.
So pro autism awareness, and then in this one it was kind of like deaf, and then they had ASL in it and stuff like that, which I thought was just really fun.
Yeah.
But
I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I would say green light as long as the F word doesn't bother you.
Yeah.
It's violent, but
it is violent, but
I don't think it's
they even covered out some of the violence
over the top.
Like the point blank shotgun.
The stock market guy, his character was a little bit like...
It became a bit much.
Yeah,
he snapped, and I kind of...
I don't know how he got out of some of those scenes.
Yeah, I wish, in a way, that the part where you really thought he was dead, he just died there. Because it drug it on slightly too much. And that was kind of at the point...
And then the car blew up.
Yeah.
I heard people laughing.
Yeah. I was laughing. But that was at the point when they went from the post office that they just kind of started coming off that love high. Like, I'm over my initial love at first sight kind of feeling, and now I have to work for my love. I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to make it that technical. But it just kind of was, it didn't stay that high. It dropped a little.
I think it's mostly, for me, it was his character. Just because he wouldn't go away.
Yeah. He was broke. He lost his love. And it's at the same time while Baby is trying to keep his love. So I get the element. I get the reasoning for making it such a strong element. But it should have almost, I'm with you. Like, he should have died sooner, essentially.
Yeah.
Because he got shot. One thing, how did he escape the group of cops after Homegirl got killed?
That's what I'm saying.
Because they lit her up.
Yeah.
And he was standing, shooting, and never got shot. So how did he get out of that scene? Because they didn't show us.
And there's multiple cops at the diner, too?
Yeah. That one...
Maybe.
That
but
one,
I
maybe.
agree. The assault rifles and him
that
battling...
one was goofy. Because they didn't show us how he escaped. He was just in the truck all of a sudden.
But at the same time... It wouldn't have added to that, like, oh, he's back part of it.
No, and then it's good. Bringing him back in the diner because I thought it was Kevin Spacey.
Oh,
so for it to be...
Yeah, that's who I thought.
To be
that's
dude,
who I thought it was
that was a good touch because they threw me. Because I thought he would be
I thought
dead.
for sure it was going to be Kevin Spacey.
So, but when they brought him back there, Then he gets shot by Baby. Still alive.
Yeah.
Then they get, car fights.
And that
He
car...
drives into an elevator. Still alive.
And the car's still alive.
So much. Just sends Kevin Spacey flying. Doc, still alive.
I like the reverse scene. I almost wanted to comment and say it's kind of like Fast and Furious, but they were going, like, kind of legit speeds for him to be going in reverse.
Yeah. A couple of the scenes that were beautifully done, they were also in the trailer, and I almost wish they weren't there because it would have been kind of cool to just see them again develop naturally. Yeah. Especially the very first one in the Subaru, when he did the whole little backwards, like this
around the truck,
and then slide it, and then it was a cool maneuver that it would have been neat to seen it without it being in the trailer. But that's literally just me being not really liking trailers too much.
I really am glad we saw this instead of Despicable Me 3.
Oh, me too.
So without watching the other movie, I will say watch this, not that. Watch Baby Driver, not Despicable Me 3.
From what I hear, I haven't watched Despicable Me 3, but it might actually be a better option for your children, too.
Baby Driver? I don't think so.
I'm kidding.
Did you notice they had a crying room? Did you see it when you walked out?
Yeah, I did notice.
It was kind of fun.
But yeah, definitely, absolutely green light. I know we've touched on that several times.
I wish we'd seen more movies of this quality this year.
Yeah, I agree.
Because we've seen some trash, actually.
We've seen some pretty bad movies. Mommy.
I don't feel like last year we had
this many bad movies.
We should have started recording podcasts earlier so we could reflect back on movies. Yeah. Or just taking notes. We've seen a plethora of movies.
We have. I mean, we started in February of 2016. Missed about 3 weeks since then. And this week worked out. I thought it was going to be another miss for the week, and then we wound up pulling it out and going to Warren instead. And
I enjoyed it. I wish that Warren is Tuesday nights. I wish they'd just do it to compete.
Compete? Oh, I'd go there.
For sure.
Every week. I'd be like, all right, guys, we're going to Warren. Yeah,
because I can't talk people into doing that because everybody's got stuff going on. Tuesdays work well, but Warren's a really fun place to go. Oh well, maybe we can sneak in random questionable movies on those days.
Yeah, I'm not opposed. Like, this is lining me up, even if we call it twofers in some weeks.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
I think so.
I'd be okay with that.
Bonus episode.
All right, bonus episode.
Not editing it.
It's funny. Hashtag, I ain't editing it.
Hashtag, unedited. Bonus episode.
That's better.
Hashtag, raw.
That just sounds like it reveals so many wrong things.
Alright, so I say go see the movie. And we've already established that. But is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
Just thought of a song.
I like this song. He's not retarded. Yeah. Is he slow? Is he slow? I love that they played it again. What was the song you thought of?
You said, is there something you want to talk about? And I said...
You thought of a song that was unrelated?
It was related to that statement. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Yeah, that song.
I think that
kind of went along with the movie.
Copyright laws, I think I can play 15 seconds, so insert 15 seconds of that song in there.
Do it.
I don't know, I'll have to look it up, man.
Even just that part that I just sang.
Okay.
And just edit right over the top of me singing.
I'm going to have you sing with it.
Yeah. I'm a very strong singer.
I'm not editing that much. I might insert a clip.
Anyway.
Alright.
Well, that's it for this evening, right? I don't have
anything else.
You don't have anything else? I don't have anything else. I'm glad this worked out because it's been quite the enjoyable evening.
Yes.
I really like this movie. I really can't wait to watch it again, actually. I think...
didn't do it last episode, but would I own it? I would pay the few dollars it's going to cost to get digital.
You would own digital, so $5 maybe for a digital.
Yeah, I don't have a reason to own anything on. I mean, unless it's something that's just not available digitally.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't.
I would take it a slight step further and say I would actually go to another discount day and watch it again. Like, I could see myself doing that.
I would almost go that far, I think.
Because it would be very
Especially
entertaining.
a discount day, I wouldn't.
Because it's $5. Like, it would be very entertaining to go see it again and have a different perspective on it close together. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So maybe next Wednesday.
We'll go again at 9:55.
We will go again and watch the same movie again.
Hashtag Warren sponsor us. That's what we need. It's a Warren sponsorship for like 10 tickets every Tuesday.
Hashtag.
10 tickets.
Hashtag rewatch.
I don't think we could do another podcast in the same episode.
That's what I'm saying. We would hashtag re-episode. So we watched it again this week, and here's what we have. There are some things that I missed the first
7 minutes
time.
of conversation.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, all right. So
I
next
forgot
week.
my sign off.
Next week
What is? Spider-Man? No.
I don't think it's Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man's the following week. What is it? Oh goodness, how did I forget this? Where is it?
I saw My Little Pony's putting out a movie.
Yeah, no, I'm right. Next week is Spider-Man.
Wait, isn't that what I just said? Next
It
week,
is.
Spider-Man? Oh, okay.
I said I was wrong. I was thinking I was
I
correct.
thought you said I was right.
So exciting! I'm excited to see little homeboy as
When does
Spider-Man. I think it looks pretty good.
Dunkirk come out? I wanna see
Dunkirk
that
is
one.
a while away.
Okay, I do want to see that.
I'm a little torn on Dunkirk because I think it falls on.
I'm sure we can work it in, though.
We'll have to see. I think it's Valerian. Yeah, the Valerian is the 25th. July 25th. So Valerian and the City of 1,000.
Dunkirk
Whatever.
will probably score better. I
Probably.
don't know.
Valerian
Valerian's
looks cool.
kind of weird, so it might score.
Yeah, amen.
Score right.
We'll have to see. And then I'm really excited because War for the Planet of the Apes will be the following week. So next week will be Spider-Man. Then War for the Planet of the Apes, which I think, guys, we're going to go see a triple feature at Cinemark and watch all three in the same evening. It sounds disgusting. You're right. But I think it'll be an enjoyable
What time does the
event.
last one start?
I don't know, man. It starts
The
at
first one?
4:30.
So at least the first two probably don't have any trailers.
So we'll say 4:30 to 7-ish.
For the first one?
Yeah, credits and all.
Alright, and then like 7:20 to
9:30.
and then
That sounds horrible. All right, we'll see how it goes.
So is all three showings only for us if you bought those tickets, or is that last showing, is that just allow other people in?
It may allow other people in, but I kind of like the
So
idea
they
of
can-
it just being us.
I do too.
Like, even if it's one of the smaller, more intimate
Oh, I would
theaters,
totally be okay if I think it'd be
like, this
fun.
is my seat.
To
I need
hang
to
out
look,
with
I need to look
strangers for
into
like
those. I
7
need to look into
hours.
those tickets. So I'll do that tonight or tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll look into the tickets and see how it works and if it's the same theater. If you just buy one seat for $25.
That sounds like fun. I do want to do that.
Cool.
Experiences in film.
And it'll be cool because I've not seen the first one. I have seen the second one, so if I need to take a nap, I can.
I'm gonna have to go out each thing and get some more coffee.
Right. But anyway, so that's it for this week. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. If you have any comments or suggestions, please drop us a line. We have a Twitter. No, that's the one we don't have.
No, we do
Excuse
have
me.
Twitter.
We got Twitter now?
We have Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook. What else is there?
All the social medias. So, the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram,
Just
the
search it.
Tumblr.
I'll
Just
put
look
it-
for us.
I'll put it in
Stoplight
the-
Spoilers.
In the show notes, it'll be in there.
Yeah, there you go. Show notes. Links to all of our social medias. Please drop us a line. We'd love to hear what you have to say.
We appreciate you.
I love you, Caleb.
I'm out.
You're my boo.
Okay. That should be your sign off every time. But who's Caleb?
Hashtag sponsor us.